Hello, it is me, Shirek. All right, I'm back, doing it again. So, in this video, I'm going to be talking about a few things, and then I'm going to do a meditation. It is for the Twin Flame 1111 portal, and just to highlight, I'm going to talk about the mental body, the collective consciousness, and the immune system. This is just something that just came up just today. I'm just going to throw it out there. Same views and how I'm thinking about it, feeling about it. So we'll see how that goes. And then I have a channeled message from the Pleiadians and from the Arcturians. I asked for a message specifically about the 1111 portal and what it means. And then the Pleiadians, the Arcturians said what they wanted to say, and then the Pleiadians, they talked too about the 1111. And then also in my previous video, I talked about, or I got a message from the Pleiadians that they said that love is currency. So I felt like basically the way that I explained it, an example, initially I had thought wasn't exactly like, I felt like there was more details to it. But then when they said with, more specific, I was like, can you go into more detail about what that means? Like love being currency. They're just playing. So that might continue to occur. I don't know. So, anyway, so then they said their spiel about what they wanted to say. And then I think that's all the things that I'm going to talk about. There was just a couple more things. So this is my tea. I know I didn't say anything, but I've talked about it before. This is my grandma's glass that I got from her. I'm not advertising. I'm just letting you know what I'm drinking because it's fun. So this one that I have right now is this one. Stress relieving and gratifying. So it's got in there Tulsi blend, holy basil, East Indian basil, and hibiscus flower. Yeah. And then I get this other one. And that one's got in it ashwagandha, Tulsi blend, holy basil, and East Indian basil. This stuff works. It puts me to sleep. Honestly, I'm feeling a little tired right now, just because it's kind of late. Oh yeah, I'm also going to do cards. Make sure that I got everything. I think I'm going to do my bowl. Oh yeah, that was the one thing I forgot in my previous video. That's okay, it worked out. Because then I could balance and get everybody calm for the meditation. Maybe I'll wait. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'll wait until it'll be right before the meditation. So, okay, so let's start with the channeled. My cats are distracting. Yeah, let's start with the channeled message first, and then I'm going to talk. Man, I'm definitely getting tired. Okay, I'm going to do it the other way because the Pleiadians and the Arcturians are more related to the meditation. So I'm going to talk about this other stuff first, and then we can do the bowl and glide into that stuff. Okay, so I was in the shower, and when you're in the shower, you get, information, because it's easier somehow. Plus my mind, I was like, okay, well, what could I talk about in my video? Like I could talk about this, talk about that. So, I got this download talking about, so this is what I wrote: collective consciousness, immune system belief about healing. The body auto heals itself. We never know how we healed. We just know that we healed. Yeah, I pretty much said the same thing. I just repeated it. So the reason that I was having a thought about this is because I was thinking to myself, like, in the fall and in the spring, they call it allergies. Okay? So this has been happening a lot. Like, I've been on YouTube or TikTok, and they talk about how the skin is the biggest organ that we have. And there's this like wild yam stuff that I'm going to get for balancing your hormones of your estrogen and your testosterone. It works really, really well. Apparently, whether you're high or low in each one, it just balances you to where you're supposed to be. And it's like, I don't know if it's a salve or a lotion. I don't really know what it's called. But basically, you put it on your body, on your skin, and you absorb 40% more than you would if you were to take it orally, or I don't know any other way. But you know what I mean? So I'm like, I've been getting this message that like putting things on your skin helps to absorb a lot better. So I noticed that for me okay, first of all, if I'm tired and I don't get enough sleep, my eyes get puffy. I'm pretty sure everybody's eyes get puffy when that happens. So, but yesterday and today, I've been getting enough sleep, so it's like, why are my eyes puffy? I mean, I did a pretty good job at making it look good, considering. But still, it's annoying. So I was like, I was outside the last couple days, and I know they put stuff in the air. And so I was thinking to myself, I'm like, everybody gets sick in the fall, and like everybody gets sick in the spring, and like people don't really, I mean, sometimes people get sick over the summer, but it's more rare than in the fall or the winter or the spring. So them putting stuff in the skies, we're absorbing that into our skin. And so I was outside yesterday with my family. We took a walk. My sister has a dog, and for my nephew's birthday. And then, oh my God, we went to, oh man, I forgot to talk about this. So funny. Sorry, I just got to get it. Okay, so we were outside, and my sister took us to this park where her and her husband first started hanging out together. And apparently they carved their name into a tree, which is so adorable. I love that. But she couldn't find it, so that kind of sucked a little because I would have loved to see that. It's so cute. It was getting dark. We went kind of late because my mom worked on Saturday. But so we just went walking around in the grass and stuff, and the dog, and hanging out, whatever. And then we were hungry, and usually we go out to eat for whoever's birthday it is, and a lot of times we go to Red Lobster. So we went to Red Lobster. And when we got there, there was a wait because, it's always a wait at Red Lobster. So then I look over in the bar area and my cousin and his wife are there. I was like, oh man, this is so awesome. I haven't seen them in a while. So it was really cool. And then, so we all sat around and we talked and hung out, and it was really fun. And I was in such a happy mood. First of all, because it was 11/11. Then on top of that, I did that meditation where it cleared out a bunch of crap, and I really appreciated that. And then I got to hang out with my family, so I was like, yeah! I was super giggly. And then I got to see my cousins. I'm like, this is great. So, anyways, we're sitting at the table. And I do this all the time. It wasn't me, though, this time. Oh, man. So my mom was trying to order. And she was trying to order shrimp. But instead of saying shrimp, she said shwimp. Oh, man. Every chance I got. I'm going to shwimp you in the face. Or shwimp you this or shwimp you that. Oh, man, it was so fun. I just giggled at the table. Like people kept looking at me. I'm like, whatever. People need to laugh, right? Oh, it was so fun. I'm definitely using that. whenever I feed my cats, sometimes they get shrimp. I know it's so stupid, but it's so funny. Anyway, so that was a lot of fun. I'm kind of disappointed I forgot to put that in there, but it's okay. I had a lot of things to talk about. So back to the fall stuff with the being outside. So today when I woke up, I'm like, man, like, why is my face so puffy? And then I take a shower and the puffy goes down. So that's what made me think about it. I was outside and the puffy and I'm not liking it. And then they call it allergies. When I was a kid, we didn't have allergies. That did not occur. I would get sick, but like it wasn't. I mean, I have no idea how long they've been doing that stuff for, to be honest. It could have been called something else, and I just don't recognize it that way. But either way, I'm just saying, like, I don't like it. I'm not happy about it. So, anyways, that's that. I just wanted to bring that to the attention to whoever wants to think about that. Because, like, sometimes you just, oh, yeah, the doctor says it's this, but it's really not. It's something else. The doctors, man, they just don't always tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, sorry, I accidentally touched my phone. So that was that. And then, okay. So, we have different, like, okay. I think that I can use this as an example. I use this a lot. So, you see all the lines and stuff. So those lines, I realize that through here it's like white or whatever. But this is literally our own grid system. And so I'm trying to think, the consciousness, I guess you could say. This is totally on the fly. I'm going to try to figure out how to explain this. So we have like an emotional body, we have a mental body, we have a physical body, we have a spiritual? Is it spiritual? Or maybe it's quantum? We have a quantum body. Wow. We have a light body. Okay, so in the process of spiritual awakening, we get upgraded with energy that it's like a download. But sometimes we don't always recognize like that something's coming in. I mean, it's like, why would you even think anything about it if somebody doesn't bring it to your awareness? I mean, unless you're meditating and something gets brought to your awareness that way, or you're telepathic and you get told something like that way. I mean, you get information however you get it, whichever way and whatever way it happens. So what I'm trying to say is that I remember my teacher, he talked about us getting an upgrade, or you know what I mean, like a new mental body. So I wanted to bring that to the attention because, like, everybody's at their own journey, their own level of like initiation into the spiritual realm. You're like, so if let's say for example, you have like an older mental body, you have like older templates. You know what I mean? Like, so if you can imagine, like, basically, I can use this as an example. That would be awesome. Okay. So, like, let's say, like, you have old templates. Oh, this is perfect. Because, like, each one of these, hopefully you can see it, has different information in it. Okay? So, like, these templates, I know I talk about this a lot, but it's real. So, these templates, each one is like part of your grid. And it's like, these could be like a sheath of information. So the sheath or the template has old information. It's an old way of thinking, an old way of mentally processing things. So like you can you can take this out and replace it with new. So when you're meditating, okay, so like, see, I can pull them out. I know how to do that. I can just, you just pull that out. You know what I mean? You just pull it right out. But like, for a person who doesn't necessarily know how to do that, I mean, you could ask me and I could probably help you. But you could imagine, okay, this is on the fly, it just popped into my head. You could say the word mental body. Mental body. Okay. Sorry. Mental body. There it is. Right here. Oh, that's completely, I didn't know exactly where it was, but yeah, right about, yep, that's my mental body. So it's new mental body, old mental body. Jesus. Kitty. Oh. I had my phone plugged in because it was going to die. I'm trying to do this. They're playing. Oh. I guess, yeah, I got enough. I'll just leave it. Don't have that happen again. Okay, so anyway. So, when you say the word mental body, like, it's kind of like echolocation. You're looking for the location of where you're, like, how does your mental body feel? When you say the word mental body, is it like, does it make you feel like, or does it make you feel like, mine is like, So I've gotten probably multiple downloads of the mental body. But hold on. Let me just make sure. It's one sheath, right? Yes. Okay. And then is it just basically like information through? Okay. So I get it. So basically, I got a new mental body. It was downloaded into me, and I don't know how long it takes. Depends on the person. Either way. So the mental body, I have a new mental body, and then because I have energetically inside of me a new mental body, there's information. So as being a human, there's information that I come across multiple times, and it's not like I'm being like, sometimes my communication style is a higher vibration because of the information that I've continued to receive. So I've continued to receive the energy and the feeling of the new mental body, the upgraded mental body. And then as that's occurring, I'm watching stuff on YouTube. I'm getting energetic downloads from people who have higher vibrations than me or have more knowledge than I do. And so when that happens, it's like a vibrational match. It's like a ding, like, oh, hey, that's information that I resonate with. That's information that I'm in agreement with. That makes sense to me. So then I continue to basically teach my human self, which sounds kind of funny. Hey, this is actually the new way of being instead of the old way of being. So even when I'm talking still, sometimes I will say something and I'm like, man, that does not make me feel good. That doesn't you know what I mean? Like, it just makes me feel like shit. And that's when you're making your inner child feel like shit, because basically, or your heart even. And so you're as you're growing into becoming more aware of a higher way of a higher consciousness or a higher vibrational consciousness, and you catch yourself or you hear yourself saying something that it's like, well, yeah, that's the way my family talks, or that's the way that my friends talk, or that's the way that I've just always talked myself, because, well, you learn it from your family, but either way. So it's like you just are like, well, that's the way I've always done it or way I've always been. And it's like, but then, so over time, your human self, your consciousness shifts into new vibration, new vibration, new vibration, new vibration. Because obviously you can't go from like 0 to 60 in like 2 seconds. Like some cars can do that. I agree. But for the most part, my bad. Humans like evolve, 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 you know? So it just takes some time to like pick through and sift through and like think about, well, should I say this way? Or maybe I should say it a different way. Because like, sometimes I say something and I'm like, oh crap. It's like spewed out. And I'm like, yeah, I don't like the way that when I heard myself say that, I was like, oh, I probably shouldn't have said that. And then it's like, back in the day, we were like, we held everybody to their words, or like that actually still does happen. But anyways, if somebody says something, you're like, oh, you're accountable, you're held to your words. And like, that's it. Like you said that and like, I'm going to hate you forever because you said that. That's not fair because people change. We have to forgive each other for things that go on. We're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. I just want to say quick that I'm not specifically talking about anything. I'm in general talking because I agree with the other thing that I feel like you probably know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I agree with you on that. But people do need to be held accountable for certain things that they're deliberately doing. That's, I agree with. So, but anyways, because we are evolving into a higher consciousness, we should allow someone to change and to grow into who they're becoming. I'm talking individual. But if there's like baddies out there that are doing stuff that are deliberate, then, you got to figure that out. That person, whoever that, you choose how you're going to choose. I'm not associating with that type of shit. I'm specifically talking about like my immediate people in general or the population, humans who are genuinely kind and loving and caring. I'm hoping that I'm coming across this way because it's totally like across in a good way because it's totally on the fly and I'm trying to make sure I use my words carefully. So if someone mistakenly does something, this is something I wanted to talk about, says something or does something, that it depends on how you want to look at it. Like if you want to look at it in a negative way or if you want to look at it in a positive way, like the only reason I'm talking about this is because I've learned, and I'm not always good at it, just saying, but I've learned that when I've made mistakes before, like I'm gonna use this as an example. It just always pops in my head. I just think to myself, like, this probably helped the company. I was a temp once and like I call myself like a fact finder. Okay. So they had a bunch of temps come in and it was for a company that shipped cold and not cold food. So like we had to call the carrier, the provider, the semi truck place and say, hey, do you have a truck for this particular shipment? We need it cold or we need it not. It either needs to have a refrigerator or not, like to keep it cold or not. And so I can't say that it was all of me, but there were a whole, like putting in new people and not having them fully trained. Like there was a whole bunch of mistakes that were made, like a whole bunch of trucks that were sent that were for, cold that didn't need cold or that were sent for regular that needed cold and like, or a refrigerator, you know what I mean? So like, I feel like even though a fuck ton of people made a whole bunch of mistakes, that I don't know if it cost the company any money. But I feel like it was like an infection, and it uncovered the level of like what the company actually needed. Like it showed all the places of where all the issues were. You know what I mean? Like it showed the company, hey, we actually need this much amount for refrigerator stuff and this much amount. I mean, I'm just assuming, like, you know what I mean? Like that, a whole bunch of mistakes happened, but then it like showed the company, gave it a bigger perspective of where the blind spots, there it is, the blind spots were with the shipping and the receiving and all the things. So I'm just saying, like, there are certain things that people need to take responsibility for. I can completely agree with that. But we also need to learn how to forgive each other for making a mistake, for saying the wrong thing, for not, because like there's a consciousness each person has. So each person has their own level of consciousness. So whether or not that person at that level understands what another person understands in a different body, in a different place, in a different time, a different age, like there's like, one person might have more information than the other, or the other person might have more information than the other, or they might have a perspective that's completely opposite than the other. But either way, we still have to find a way to create connection, to create union between us all. So even though there's like a mistake, somewhere along the lines, there's going to be a teaching for the person who made the mistake and the person who experienced that mistake, or a collective that experienced something that was deliberately done to them, which I wish I could go off about how I really feel about that, but not in this video. Just not going to do it. It's totally separate. But what I'm trying to say is that the collective that decided to agree to certain things and participate, those people have to learn a lesson. And the people who decided not to participate in that stuff are watching those people learn a lesson. And those people who have to learn the lesson are all going to respond in a certain way. And I kind of feel like there's going to be some kind of an uproar that's going to completely and utterly destroy and shift and move the rest of us in a new direction. So there's that perspective. I wasn't even going in that direction, but you know what? That happens a lot. That happens a lot because there's positive and there's negative, and negative can turn into a positive, and they say there's always a silver lining. It can always have some sort of positive outcome. Like, look at how awesome I am right now. I am amazing. You want to know why? Because I'm not there anymore. I'm not there. I'm here. And I'm happy that I'm here. And I got my new man. I'm so excited. This is the best. This is the best. Like, I am having such a good time. I got a new apartment. I got my kitties. I got my hammies. You know what I'm saying? I work from home. I'm happy. So far, I'm happy. I'm not always happy all the time. But anyways, I'm just saying. Hopefully that, I wasn't exactly going to talk about that stuff, and I feel a little like uncomfortable talking about it. But anyways, I think you can gather what I'm saying. Collectively, we're moving in a new direction, regardless of these people that went that way. they'll eventually come back this way. They're like, actually, no, hey, we're over here. Hopefully. I mean, because like, yeah, pretty much, yeah. That's kind of what I gathered earlier today with the other channeled message, that we're moving in a new direction. That's just the way it is. So, I love you. Okay, so now I'm going to move ahead from that energy. We're going to get that out of here. Get that out of here. Okay, cool. All right. So I asked my divine team, whoever wanted to talk, what they had to say about the 1111 portal. and the Arcturians stepped up and said what they had to say. So I'm just going to read that. Yes, we are the Arcturian Council, and we are pleased to connect. We are sharing our definition of the 1111 portal and the expression of its significance. The energy of this date in the time-space is that there are many beings performing a ritual of high vibration in accordance with the energy of this date. We are experiencing our own decision to participate in this occurrence. The energy of this date is that the 1111 portal date. Okay, you made it. All right, good. Okay, where was I now? Okay, the energy of this date is that the 1111 portal date is generally a one-digit explanation that can occur in multiple sequences. The multiple sequencing is that the number has been amplified by the multiple numbers. With that, it causes the human consciousness to enlift this date because of its energetic potency. With this potency, there are multiple experiences that can occur at a soul level for the human. The human will experience much more of their own energies when there are dates such as these. So, when the Arcturians talk, they're more technical, which is wonderful. All you got to do is look up the number 1 and what it really actually means if you don't know already. And just then, like, basically it's amplified by 4. 4 times 1. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty cool. Okay, so then the Pleiadians said their thing, and they knew what I meant when I was like, okay, I appreciate that. I totally do. But that's not exactly what I was asking. So then they put their perspective on it. So I really appreciate that. Both are definitely appreciated. See, my human self is coming through. Okay, so yes, we are the Pleiadians, and we wish to share our own definition of the 1111 portal date. It is that the Arcturians explained it quite well. There are multiple ways of expressing during this date and time, one of which is that there are multiple twin flames coming together, and that is assisting in the energies of the portal date. We are sure happy to... So I started thinking about my new man and him being my twin flame, so I started to smile. We are sure happy to see you smile, Christine. Yes, we are pleased when you're laughing. I started to laugh. It's a happy time. So, anyway, then they decided to talk about the love being the currency. So they said, yes, we are the Pleiadians, and we will share more details about how we have defined love as a currency. The meaning of love is that unconditional expression of the human in their reality. So when a human is performing this kind of an expression, there is a level of energy exchange between one human to another. The two participating in the love expression are capable of giving to one another in multiple ways, and how it is transferred is defined by the human itself. The humans who are choosing to give from their hearts are the chosen ones who will receive their love amplified at a soul level. And due to this, the human expression will continue to receive love as it is giving love. There are multiple ways to give and receive love. It is in our hearts that we are choosing how we want to receive and return. There is always a way to receive, even when the human is unsure of its way of receiving. Christine, we are pleased with our message, and we wish to congratulate you on your journey as a human, and we appreciate you coming forth in your decision to co-create with our hearts and those who have been following you in your soul expression as a human. So, there's that. All right. That's pretty awesome. I'm really happy with that. So now, oh yeah, that's right. I got to do cards. Okay, hold on. Transgender. It's made very. We don't need any commercials. I was already on it, but I accidentally like. Okay. So before we start, okay, so oh yes, I'm gonna do the singing bowl. You see that how I got reminded? All right. So let's see. Are we gonna do 11? 6? Okay, we're gonna do 6. I always feel like I have to be really quiet after that. It just chills all the energy right out. Okay, so let's do this. I'm gonna sit. I'm gonna be on camera again. Get comfortable. Do what you need to do. I do still lay down when I meditate just because it's easier that way. But do what you feel is best. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I totally went right into it. I forgot about the cards. Okay. All right. Let's do this. I now call upon beloved source of all that is, the one. Beloved solar logos, Christ light, beloved guardian angels, higher self, great spirit. Thank you for so many blessings in my life. Thank you for your seen and unseen love, support, and guidance. Thank you for directly connecting with me now. Thank you for helping me to see, hear, feel, and know your presence, wisdom, and guidance. I ask that you now surround me with love, with divine love and light. Connect with me directly and through these cards. Help me to become centered and aware so I may clearly know the clear insight, wisdom, and guidance you have available for me now. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and so it is. And I really like to say, and that's the way it is. You might know what song I'm talking about. It's an old one. What is it? Oh my God! You have no idea. Damn! There is a humongous black spider crawling up my wall right now. I am not happy. Okay, the reason I'm not happy is because I either have to sit on this camera and I have to stop the video, or not stop the video and keep going and pretend like the spider's not right there in my face. Or, I know it's a symbolic meaning, so I'm going to probably look that up, but I do not want my cats to eat that because I do not want my cats to be sick. So I'm going to stop the camera and I'm going to start this up after I'm done. Because I don't know how to pause and I got to figure out how to get that thing because it looks like it's a jumper. It's real big. All right. I love you. Wish me luck.